Hello, today is Friday, June 6, 2025, and again, I'll be reading from the United Church of Christ Daily Devotional and providing my impressions of it, how it made me think, using a Christian text as a step-off point to discuss our life in the world today, and this can be done with any faith tradition's texts. And the devotion for today is entitled The Long Now, written by Mary Ludy, and Mary bases the devotion upon Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1, Revised Standard Version. Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. Then Mary writes, in southwest England, Cornish folk once practiced a craft called hedging, building structures with stones laid compactly against each other, like books in a bookcase or soldiers in tight ranks. They topped these structures with turf so that in the spring they'd come alive with wildflowers, all color and joy. Hedged buildings are so stable, they can last thousands of years. It's a disappearing craft, but Will Coleman hopes to revive it. He's constructing a hedge-built labyrinth, 215 feet in diameter, each section featuring a different local stone and hedging style. Hundreds of people have worked on it, learning as they go. Many more send donations to fund 1 yard of labyrinth wall and leave a message on a little plaque. A yard of wishes, a hedge of hope for my Cornish grandchildren, one reads. The labyrinth is open to visitors now, but it's not quite finished. Coleman says it'll take about 100 years to be done to his complete satisfaction, another 1,000 to fully mature. This project is about the long now, he said. In a few hundred years, somebody might come across it and see that someone cared. It's not for us. It's for those yet to be born. He might as well be a medieval stonemason building a cathedral. They also relinquished the consolation of outcomes. They were building something to outlast them, as does anyone who nurtures children, as does anyone who knows that suffering is endless and bandages a wound away, as does anyone who plants a seed of justice in depleted and despairing soil. We won't see it, that new world with flowers in its hair we're building now, but someday someone will thrive in it and know we cared. And Mary's prayer. God, let me serve without the consolation of outcomes. Let me build to outlast me. Some thoughts I had while reading this was, I guess, in some respects, how Christ-like. I mean, if you really follow Jesus and what he taught, how he lived, what he tried to build with his community, it was not about the self, which is something that modern Christianity has become. It's all about personal salvation and saving your soul for the next life. But that's not at all what Jesus lived. If the Bible stories are any indication of the truth of his life. It was about building community and for the long haul, and that eternal building for eternal life, meaning the life that is going to outlive us in this world. And that's a very different approach than the typical one we see in the United States, which is so rampant with hyper-individualism and doing what we can for ourselves right now. That is not lasting, and eventually we will die, and if we focus only on ourselves, nothing really good will ever come of that. It's really focusing on the future and our children and grandchildren and the people that will come after us, and working towards building a better community than we have today, continuing to improve it. And I kind of see that as the intent behind every kind of faith tradition as it was originally developed before it evolved into something that became more about sustaining institutions or supporting other things other than the good of the community and the good of the future. And I just think that's still an important message for us today, that we don't plant a tree. I think as this old saying goes, we don't plant a tree for ourselves, but for the future. And that's how we should be living today, is not living for ourselves in the moment, certainly being aware of ourselves in the moment and appreciative of the past and what people did that made our present as good as it is, but living towards the future and building a sustainable world that everyone may flourish and thrive in. Anyway, those are my thoughts for the day. Hopefully I've given you something to think about and a new way to look at faith traditions that you may be embedded in or that you have escaped from, and find your way to building community wherever you can.